Θα ξεκινήσουμε λοιπόν την ημέρα μας. Ξεκινάνε οι ομιλίες μας, οι παρουσίες. Έχουμε μια πάρα πολύ ωραία σειρά, ένα τρομερό line-up από φανταστικούς ομιλητές. Ο καθένας είναι από διαφορετική σκοπιά, από διαφορετικό κομμάτι. Κάποιοι αντιπροσωπεύουν την τεχνολογία, κάποιοι το design, κάποιοι το marketing, κάποιοι το business. Θα δούμε γενικώς μια πολύ μεγάλη ποικιλία. Και θα ξεκινήσουμε με τους αγαπημένους μας CMP, που συνεργάζονται με την Pedrali, την αγαπημένη μας Pedrali. Είναι έτσι μία από τους, αν θέλετε, μία από τις αγαπημένες μας, ας πούμε, εταιρείες που συνεργαζόμαστε και λατρεύουμε τα προϊόντα τους και τα έπιπλά τους και γενικώς είναι, αν θέλετε, συνήθως πρώτη στη λίστα για τις δημιουργίες μας. Οπότε, με αυτό, θα καλέσω στην σκηνή την Ντανιέλα και την Βάσια για να προλογίσουν τους πρώτους μας ομιλητές στο CMP Design. Θα γυρίσουμε λίγο στα αγγλικά και επιστρέφουμε.
Καλημέρα. Καλημέρα σας. Είμαι η Βάσια Καλατζή, brand ambassador της εταιρείας Pedrali. Είναι πολύ μεγάλη χαρά μου που βρίσκομαι σήμερα εδώ μαζί σας να γιορτάσουμε τα 40 χρόνια της A&M. 40 χρόνια εμπειρίας, σκληρής δουλειάς, με πολλές δυσκολίες, αλλά και πάρα πολλές επιτυχίες. Σας εύχομαι ολόψυχα να συνεχίσετε να πετυχαίνετε τους στόχους σας και να έχουμε την καταπληκτική συνεργασία που έχουμε μέχρι στιγμής. Σε αυτή τη στιγμή δίνω το λόγο στην Ντανιέλα, που ήρθε από την Ιταλία και είναι εδώ μαζί μας να σας παρουσιάσει την εταιρεία Pedrali. Σας ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Καλημέρα σας. Καταρχάς, θα ήθελα να ευχαριστήσω την A&M για την πρόσκληση σε αυτή την πολύ σημαντική επέτειο. Είναι μεγάλη μου τιμή που βρίσκομαι σήμερα εδώ, αντιπροσωπεύοντας ένα από τα μεγαλύτερα εργοστάσια επίπλων της Ιταλίας, την Pedrali, στην επέτειο των 40 ετών της A&M, που τυχαίνει να συμπίπτει και με τα 60 χρόνια εργασίας του Ιταλικού οίκου. Θεωρώ ότι οι δρόμοι μας συναντιόνται όλο και πιο συχνά τα τελευταία χρόνια, λόγω των κοινών στοιχειών και της κοινής φιλοσοφίας που μοιράζονται οι δύο εταιρείες. Και θα ήθελα προσωπικά να ευχαριστήσω τους αρχιτέκτονες της A&M, που με τις καθημερινές τους επιλογές μας υποστηρίζουν και μας επιτρέπουν να βρισκόμαστε στο σημείο που είμαστε και εμείς σήμερα. Για όσους δεν γνωρίζουν την Pedrali, η ιστορία ξεκινά το 1963, όταν ο Μάριο Pedrali ιδρύει ένα εργαστήριο κατασκευής επίπλων για υπαίθριους χώρους στην επαρχία της Μπρέσια. Ήδη από τη δεκαετία των 70, η εταιρεία συνεργάζεται με αρχιτέκτονες για project ξενοδοχειών, θέτοντας έτσι τα θεμέλια για αυτό που θα γινόταν υπό την ηγεσία της δεύτερης γενιάς, της Μόνικα και του Giuseppe Pedrali, ένα εργοστάσιο που σήμερα απασχολεί 340 άτομα. Σε αυτό το σημείο θα ήθελα να μοιραστώ μαζί σας το corporate video, μέσα από το οποίο θα μπορέσω να σας ξεναγήσω στους χώρους των δύο εργοστασίων του οίκου στην Ιταλία και θα μπορείτε και να δείτε κάποια στοιχεία που αφορούν την... Δεν είναι αυτό.
Τη φιλοσοφία μας, τη τεχνολογία μας και πόσο κοντά είναι βασικά οι φιλοσοφίες της A&M με την Pedrali.
Και τώρα θα ήθελα να σας παρουσιάσω το CMP Design, τον οποίο η συνεργασία με την εταιρεία Pedrali ξεκινά το 2012. Ο Μικέλε Κατσανίκα, ο Σιμώνε Μαντέλη και ο Αντώνιο Παλιαρούλου, που δυστυχώς σήμερα δεν κατάφερε να είναι μαζί μας, έχουν παρουσιάσει σε συνεργασία με τον Ιταλικό οίκο 16 κολεξιόν συνολικά, τον οποίο τα σχέδια έχουν γίνει αναγνωρίσιμα best-seller, όχι μόνο στην παγκόσμια αγορά, αλλά και ευτυχώς για μένα, στην ελληνική συγκεκριμένα. Και τώρα σας αφήνω με τους designer. Σας ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Σας ευχαριστούμε πολύ και θα χαρούμε να έχουμε και τους A&M μαζί μας στον Πέργαμο για μια πριβέ ξενάγηση στο εργαστάσιό μας. Ευχαριστούμε πολύ.
Kalimera. Hello, everyone.
First of all, we would like to thank A&M for inviting us to this beautiful event for the 40th anniversary. We are very emotional, proud, of course, blessed, blushing, everything. And also, we can say that there is, of course, something that connects us, not only the fact that we are proud to see some of our designs in your latest projects that for example, Google, Booking, Nestlé, and we are very, very happy about it. So, we are CMP. We are a design studio based in Como, in Italy. I'm Michele Cazzaniga.
I'm Simone Mandelli.
Antonio Pagliarulo, as she said, even if I don't understand Greek so well, but yeah, he's not here with us, but he's with us with his soul, of course, and we worked together since 2009, but we met at the university before, more than 20 years ago. In 2001, we started working together at first in university, and then after some experiences, work experiences, we
met together again.
Yeah, we got together and we started designing, and one of our first clients was Pedrali, and one of our first project is Malmo. This is the first project we designed for Pedrali, and we would like to tell you how this story began and how we collaborate with this company that collaborates also with the A&M for a lot of the projects. So as you can see in the previous video of Pedrali virtual tour, we are designers and we are collaborating with an industry. So that is the best challenge possible for a designer. We already had a lot of experiences with workshops, and the collaboration with Pedrali made the challenge with the industry push our design to a level that we are very proud to have reached in these years.
Yes, the most important thing about Pedrali is that every year they invest in new machinery, new equipment, and yes, for a designer it's something super beautiful. It's like a Luna Park, because we can, of course, design something with new materials, new technology. They invest a lot of in technology push, so we try to do our best with their machinery, actually.
Yeah. So we know that we are talking to a lot of great architects, so we can't cheat. We just have to tell you the truth, because you will understand if we are cheating and telling you something that is not true. So we would like to tell you how our design process it's working with among us and then with Pedrali. So first of all, usually we, for example, for what concern the first project, Malmo, So the start of collaboration was just a challenge among us. Antonio launched this challenge. Let's design a chair. That at school, all our teachers told us, don't start with a chair because it's the most difficult project for an architect because it's the synthesis of everything. Because you have to use as less as possible of the material and has to be not too much expensive. But we are kind of masochist, so we started with the most difficult.
Someone said that there is more derrière than chairs, more chairs than derrière in the world. So.
Yeah, so we need chairs all the time.
Yeah.
So we started with the challenge, and we were very lucky maybe, and good and clever at the same time because we were in the right place in the right moment. We presented a model, mock-up, to Giuseppe Pedrali, and he said, I just exited from a marketing meeting in which they asked me a project like this. So this is how it started, with this magical connection. And then through the years, we worked a lot with wood. Pedrali opened a new headquarters, so wood factory in the northeast Italy. And we tried to exploit as much as possible the technologies. Then after these wooden projects, we started designing also reminiscing the beginning of the company. So with the steel, mainly for outdoor use. And A&M used this project, for example, this design in a lot of their projects for outdoor spaces, Nolita. Then we have also always working with these two materials. This chair has a Greek name, Nemea, and so this was Antonio's idea to give a name of that was talking about an athletic body ready to start for a competition. So through the years, this is another project that you used in some of your projects, Tribeca. That is an evolution of the outdoor steel chair using a steel frame with a PVC woven part.
Yeah. We start thinking Tribeca from Nolita, which is the previous one, all in metal frame. And we want to add something new at this project. And we work on flexibility and comfort, of course. But and we use this material that we knew since when we are young.
PVC. Yeah. This was like a redesigning of the chairs of the Italian old bars and cafes of our grandparents' years, let's say in the 60s. So going through our designs, we would like also to talk about these last projects we did in the last few years. We took care a lot about the outdoor spaces. Also is something that comes from Pedrali, is a request. In this case, the company, Monica, wanted to have a product that is for outdoor with the weaving, because the weaving it's one of the first craftsmanship that human beings started doing it, and gives you a lot of graphic lightness, and should be also comfortable because let the hair get through to your body. And for this project, we started from a metal frame, and then we tried with inspiration coming from a Japanese
Basket.
yeah, a Japanese man was doing a basket in an island in Japan, and Antonio and Simone, they took the inspiration from this man, and we tried to develop this weaving with an Italian artisan, trying to have to use as less as possible material to make the chair as light as possible. That is one of the characteristics of our design, is trying to use the material in the right way. So for what concerns sustainability, we always took care of it, because sustainability is not really a goal for us, but is part of the birth of the project. It starts with the project, with the design. You can't separate, in our way of thinking, our way of design, sustainability and aesthetic and functionality. So almost all of our designs, items, can be disassembled. This is, for example, La Maurice. It's completely recyclable, because the cushion part is not even fixed to the metal frame. In this case, we use a new technology for Pedrali that is aluminum. They invested a lot of money in technology to produce aluminum frames in their factory. Aluminum, it has a great performance for outdoor, because it's not only very resistant to all the agents that you can find outdoor, but is also very light. So it's very helpful for projects, seafront, for example, and the fact that the cushion is removable for winter season, for example, you can storage very easily, and is stackable. So we always try to design the process, how our items are produced, but also the way the people they're gonna use. And most of the time, our design, they don't go in people's houses, but they go in public spaces in which there are people that are working in these spaces. They have to take care of the chairs, for example. So we have to think about, for example, the waiters of a restaurant, how to
remove the cushion easily. Yeah, and storage the cushion easily. And because, yeah, you know, the product they managed, it's dumping laws don't belong to them. So they don't have much care about it.
They should, but we have to think about the worst possible scenario. So it starts a storm, and the restaurant has to change the configuration quite quickly, and they have to find a way to make everything work. And then the storm finish, and they have to put the cushion back on the chair. So everything has to be ergonomical. This is mostly ergonomics and functionality. So among our latest design, we also develop a Nolita collection with the Nolita sofa. So now we also have this way of decorating and giving people a way to sit together in the outdoor public spaces. And this is one of our latest design, Guinea. In this case, we start introducing wood in the outdoor chairs with Pedrali. This chair is made with an aluminum frame, textile and battline backrest, and the thick wood armrest. So yeah, this chair was made to bring a little bit of warmth in the outdoor, because usually in the outdoor, with a high performance outdoor, we use a lot of aluminum, metal, of course. So the wood used in the back, in the armrest, gives you how do you say, some warmth for what concerns the aesthetic, but also because it's the only part of the chair in which you touch it with your hands. So this is, and then, when you leave the chair under the sun, can warm up very fastly, aluminum. The wood stays with the right temperature, so it's very comfortable. Even this chair is completely disassembled, it's stackable, the cushion is removable. Of course, we started from an archetypical kind of chair. There is nothing revolutionary in this design. We started from the director kind of chair, and then it's more like an evolution of the chair. It's not a revolution in this case.
Yeah, it's very simple, aesthetical speaking, but it was very challenging because we use 4 different materials with 4 different soles, and the most important thing is to try to make them collaborate. And yeah, we work a lot in order to have this armrest to be in wood, to create empathy with the person who used the chair. And yeah, it was pretty challenging, despite the aesthetic.
That looks very simple,
Yeah.
but as you know, sometimes the things that look easiest, they are the most difficult to engineer. So this is how our let's say legacy with Pedrali went during the years. So this last Salone del Mobile in Milan, this was the design we presented, and also the wooden indoor version of La Maurice, because we like the shape, the simplicity, and the functionality of the chair. So we thought about that the wood could bring a nice warmth to this design, to bring it indoor. So as you can see from the picture, we also use a leather coach to fix the backrest to the wooden structure. So it has the same sole with a different outfit.
Exactly.
So thank you very much for this beautiful day.
For this opportunity, of course.
To introduce our work to you, and we hope we're gonna collaborate again in the future, and to see our design in your beautiful projects. And we see that if you choose our design, it means we did a good job. So we keep this way, and we try to keep our soul, as Michalis said before, that it's very important to do not sell our soul, but to keep our culture, our background. And we try to do that. We are lucky to work in an environment in which we are connected to a lot of people working with every different material. For example, we produce our mock-up in a ebonist cabinet maker workshop of a guy that has 90 years old, and in this moment he is working. In this moment he's working as every day, and we take a lot of inspiration from him, and this is only one of the examples that our territory gives us as an opportunity. So thank you again.
Thank you very much.
And
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any questions from the audience?
Just a minute.
We are ready. Okay, we have one.
Probably it's a funny question, but I would like to know, what is the time plan? When you start designing a chair, usually as an average, I'm not talking about, a special type of design that needs a lot of tests and all this stuff. But usually, what is the time schedule for you to produce the drawings that the manufacturer like Pedrali needs? And then I have the question to Pedrali, to know from that point what is the process and how many months or I don't know, in order to produce this prototype.
So, for example, usually the company, in the person of Giuseppe or Monica or together, comes to us with a simple request. They don't give us very tight brief. They give us quite wide brief. So let's say, for example, in this case, Giuseppe said, okay, we want to put some wood in the outdoor chairs. So what we do? We start let's say in English brainstorming, but we start talking, because as Vico Magistretti used to say, design is a lot about talking together. So we start discussing, talking, and we start taking images, for example. We have a lot of books in our studio. For example, every birthday of one of us, we buy a book. We give a present that is usually architecture, graphic, photography, design, but sometimes even other matters. We start taking inspiration from images, simply scenarios, and then we also have the technology push part. So we start thinking, okay, how wood works outdoor? Which wood works outdoor? Which machine we have? How can we use this machine as better to improve our designs? So this is most the brainstorming part. After the brainstorming part, we start sketching. So we put on paper, sketching, ideas. Like sometimes we go directly from the images we have in our minds to the paper. Some other times we start thinking from the architecture of the chair, because every chair has an architecture. So yes, we are used to see chairs, of course, with 4 legs. We know there are also other ways to design chairs, like this, for example. So we start talking about how this chair can be composed, because they ask, for example, we want some wood, but not all in wood. It has to be recyclable. It has to be disassembled. We want to be stackable, because after the summer season, we have to put it in a warehouse. So we start these 2 things: images, aesthetic, and architecture. And then sometimes it's a battle between us, 3 of us, but of course, fortunately, we are 3. So there is always like a majority, but this is democrazia is a Greek word, of course. Italian, we thought we'd try to learn from you, but I don't know if we did it well. But most of the time, we don't go with the one who wins with majority. We go with the one that all of 3 we are agree about. And after the sketches, we go with the 3D drawings. We use rhinoceros. That is the most easy for design to create shapes, even with the mathematical control. And after this 3D, we do virtual photography, rendering, and in the same time, usually, we also do mock-up. So the mock-up we produce with this friend of ours, 90 years old cabinet maker. And in this moment, sometimes only with the mock-up, sometimes with both, sometimes only with the 3D photography, the renderings, we go with the presentation. And as you can see, we always put some pictures with the product that are the cultural background. And we go to Pedrali to present our concept. yes, of course, we have to be prepared. We have to do our homework because Giuseppe Pedrali is going to ask, how can I produce it? How can I assemble it? Because we also have to study not only the technological part of the robot producing part, but also there is the last moment, every item, even the plastic ones, as you can see in the video, they have to be touched by a human. And we have to respect these people. And we want these people to be happy to assemble our chairs. So we should design also this moment. For example, Nemea is an evolution of the Pedrali chairs because is almost all assembled with the screws. It's like a Ferrari pit stop. But all the movements, they have to be studied. And this is also a part of our design. So after the presentation with Pedrali, if they accept a concept, then we develop the prototype. Prototypo, another Greek word. We try to do this first of a type, and we do it together with trying to use the right materials, the right technologies.
Very quickly, to answer to your question. The process started with the Salone del Mobile, which is an important appointment for us in terms of research, inspiration, trends, and we start there with the brainstorming, and then we arrived to present something to Giuseppe Pedrali more or less in this period or in September. And then we discussed together, and then in the April in the Salone del Mobile, hopefully we will see something new with our design with Pedrali. But one funny thing is that not all the clients are the same. We have a Japanese client, I can speak with about Japanese client, that gave us a brief and the schedule of developing this brief, and it lasts 2 years. So they are very different. Pedrali is, the strength of Pedrali is that when they focus on an objective, they go on and very quickly they arrive to the solution with their knowledge, with their machinery, with us, of course, in this developing process. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
As area manager of the Greek market, I just wanted to add that my work starts afterwards, after they've done all the concept of this nice work. It's a sort of teamwork. So we are lucky because we have such designers that have wonderful ideas, so they make my work much easier. But still, my work is then to communicate and transfer all the passion, their ideas, their concept, their philosophy to the public, which can be the architects, the investors. And it's, how to say, to have people with ideas and a culture, it's easier to share these ideas with the public, because everyone can understand, everyone can experience, they can enjoy what they've thought, the colors, the textures, the materials, they're all very well thought. And then you can also add something about the philosophy, which clearly the A&D community can understand. But still, they are products that they communicate with people. So, but my job starts afterwards. They just make it much, much easier.
Thank you very much again.